Aha. A very good evening and welcome back to Havana Media. My name is Bon Fesawino, and as usual, I'm going to be your host for today. Now, I really don't know why this video of Raila Amolo Odinga is trending.
Tell the rogue ambassador, Kenya is not United States. Kenya is not a colony of United States. Keep your mouth shut when you hear. Otherwise, you will call for your recall back to your country.
This video of Raila telling the U.S. ambassador, that is Megwhite, the former U.S. ambassador, that is Megwhite, that she should be very careful while interfering or maybe while getting herself into the things of Kenya, because Kenya is not U.S. If she's not very careful and if she's not very keen, she might be sent back home. Now, the breaking news is that the Megwhite herself have resigned. I remember doing a video here and I said that this lady is going to resign because we have to understand something. The relationship between Megwhite, the UDA government being led by William Samoei Ruto, and the president of the United States of America, that is Joe Biden. Now, Joe Biden was William Ruto's friend. Now, being that Joe Biden was William Ruto's friend, now he brought in Megwhite in Kenya to make sure or to work hand in hand with William Ruto and make sure that the things that are supposed to be done in America are also done in Kenya. And that is why Megwhite came into Kenya. She came as an ambassador, but was an ambassador on a mission. Now, the ambassador on a mission, the mission that Ambassador Megwhite had was to make sure that the government of UDA succeeded, being led by William Ruto. And that is why you even realized that when William Ruto went to America, Joe Biden gave him a seat, gave him the president's seat, and he sat on it. We don't know what happened. We don't know the agreement that they had. But the main thing is that they were trying to accomplish their missions. Now, they thought that being that now Megwhite was in Kenya and Joe Biden was the president, by supporting Kamala Harris and William Ruto even joining hands to support Kamala Harris, they will continue with their staffs, you know, with their plan of maybe doing the thing that they were implementing things that they were supposed to implement in Kenya while Joe Biden was the president. So that is the narrative. Now, the moment Kamala Harris failed to become the president, because according to, at the back of their mind, they knew that Kamala Harris will become the president. Now, if Kamala Harris become the president, now we'll still continue with our normal plan of implementing our things in Kenya, because Kamala Harris is Joe Biden's puppet, William Ruto is Joe Biden's puppet, and Megwhite is in Kenya. So if at all maybe the Americans want to interact with Kenya, they will interact with Kenyans through Megwhite. And we know Megwhite is. All these things failed. And now Donald Trump, a no-nonsense man, became the president of the United States. So it means that immediately after Donald Trump had become the president of the United States, defeating Kamala Harris, all the plans that William Ruto together with Megwhite and Joe Biden had failed. And I said here that just the way Kamala Harris has failed as a president, to be elected as a president, and Donald Trump has taken power, Megwhite is going to resign. Because at the end of the day, who is going to support her deeds? Who is going to Donald Trump is not someone that will go by the wind. He goes with what he believes in, what he stands for. And you remember there's a time that the Americans started the issue of LGBTQ and all that, you know, homosexuality. You can marry, a man can marry a man, and a woman can marry a woman. It started in the US and it was brought in Kenya. In as much as William Ruto was pretending as if maybe he's against it, but we know the influence. We know who was influencing that issue in Kenya. Now, I want to read for you a letter that has been written by Megwhite to not even Donald Trump, because we know very well that in as much as Donald Trump was elected to be the president of US, he is going to take power. He's going to be in office. That is coming January. So Joe Biden still has got 1 month, but he's not doing. He's just working. Donald Trump is not doing his duties as the president, because you still have the president. You know all that up to January. That is when now Donald Trump will take over as the president of the 47th president of the United States. Now, this is the letter that has been written by Megwhite. Let me just read it. Today, I announce statement by U.S. Ambassador to Kenya Megwhiteman on November 13th, 2024. Today, I announced to my team at the U.S. embassies that I submitted my resignation to President Biden. It has been an honor and a privilege to serve the American people through strengthening our partnership with Kenya. I am proud of leading a people-centered agenda that saves lives, increasing security, and creates economic opportunities for Kenyan and Americans. From delivering emergency funding to elevate catastrophic floodings in 2023 to the ongoing fight against malaria, HIV, and Mpox, the U.S. Embassy, the U.S. government prioritizes the health and welfare of our friends in Kenya. This year, the United States elevated Kenya as its first major NATO ally in sub-Saharan Africa, reflecting the importance our countries place on standing shoulders to shoulder to protect our shared democratic values and enhance security. My effective also opened the door for more American companies to do businesses in Kenya. When I arrived in 2022, I focused on expanding these ties with my white African. Why Kenya? Presentations to American companies and entrepreneurs, trade, job, and U.S. investment in Kenya are at historic high because of our efforts. We also responded to the skyrocketing demands for our consular services, reducing wait times for immigrants visa appointment from more than 2 years to about 2 months, among other enhancements. Like all U.S. ambassadors, I serve at the request of the president. The American people have spoken, and a new president will be inaugurated in January. I wish him and his new team success. Our embassy benefits from highly skilled Kenyan and American employees who will continue their efforts under the leadership of Charge Affairs Mark Delard to advance the shared goals on which our bilateral relationships has long been grounded. I have no doubt that our 60 years of partnership will continue to strengthen and serve Americans and Kenyans as we aim to build more prosperous, healthy, secure, and democratic nations. Our relations are stronger than ever, and I am confident this trajectory will continue. I will depart Kenya full of gratitude for the team that has worked tirelessly on my behalf, for the opportunity to serve my country, and for the friendship offered by the government and the people of the beautiful Republic of Kenya. That is the letter that has been written by Megwhiteman, a U.S. ambassador. Now, let me just briefly talk about this before I also give you time in the comment section to give your comments. Now, why is it that this lady, the ambassador, is writing a resignation letter as early as now? What is it? I remember immediately after Donald Trump has been named the president, a lot of Kenyans, and Kenyans are very funny, by the way. A lot of Kenyans say that Megwhite must resign before January. He said that, and now the pressure has been too much, and therefore it has forced this lady to resign even before December. Actually, why could they just allow her at least to have 1 month? She could have just enjoyed 1 month, you know. After all, guys, that is all I have for today. Let me know what you think concerning Megwhiteman resigning and sending her letter to the U.S. To the White House, to Joe Biden, her resignation, saying that she has worked with Kenyans and enough is enough. Until we meet again in the next video, if it is possible, I have been your host, Boniface Awino. Bye bye.